Okay, get ready. I'm going to explain the real truth behind our kind. You've read about alien bacteria found on the Antarctic ice, right? That's where we come from. Those bacteria infected scientists, and it spread. And here we are. It's the only explanation that makes sense. We're a disease, nothing more. A disease that transforms the host into a perfect vehicle for spreading the plague. And you feel the hunger for blood rising. That's the virus, pushing you to seek new victims. It's like those ants in the Amazon getting infected with fungi, which hijacks the entire organism, starts directing it towards its own goals. Every one of us is a demon. And every one of us is a true rebel. This is our glory and our burden. Lucifer started as a rebel, but soon became the thing you despised the most, the tyrant of hell. Only we are the true free thinkers. The demons who rejected Lucifer came to Earth. This is our real purpose, to spread the message of true freedom among humanity. We've always been here, from the dawn of history to the present day. We're a parallel species evolved to live in symbiosis with humanity. They provide us with sustenance, and we provide direction and purpose. I'm pretty sure vampire blood is radioactive, and we're all mutants, so we have all these powers. You must discard human morality like a snake sheds its skin. Learn to listen to the voice of the divine within you. You're God's chosen instrument, gifted with a fragment of divinity to show you the true way. That's our purpose and our destiny. There's no escaping our inherent holiness. Your every kindness and every cruelty is an act of God. If you wish to understand our condition, you must study the works of the Theosophists. We all begin the cycle as inanimate minerals. Through virtuous acts, progress to plants, animals, and finally human consciousness. The traditional literature often suggests the term for the next stage is bodhisattva. We can also use another word with mythical connotations. Vampire. The Bodhisattva, vampire's purpose is to guide humanity to the next stage in its cycle of reincarnation through the spiritual act of ingesting blood. This is the simple truth Christianity, Judaism, and Islam seek to deny. Cain was the first Messiah rebelling against a tyrant god. The true visionary showing us the real power and potential we have within us. We are Cain's true angels, bringing his judgment on earth. I'm a materialist. I don't believe in supernatural explanations, but I do believe in the broad sweep of history. This is the real purpose of our kind, as immortal beings, to direct the curve of human events. After all, immortality is enlightenment. Who cares if there's a big story behind all this? I call it like I see it. We're predators, exploiting humanity in the night. Nothing more. I like humans a lot. What can I say? I never get tired of the hunt. They make such funny noises when they're trying to escape. And at the moment of death, they all have this endearing belief they're unique. I've tried to explain how hilarious that is to some of them, but they never get it. Humanity has been placed in our charge, and we are responsible for guiding and protecting them. We must fulfill the responsibility we have towards our weaker brothers, even as they fulfill their responsibility to feed us. Not elixir humans as nothing but food. them, humanity's a big blood farm, giving us what we need to survive. This always makes me feel sad. Humanity can be so much more than mere nutrients. It can provide a real culinary experience. There's a vast difference between the blood of an elderly policeman wasting away in a ramshackle geriatric ward and a plump scion of a successful family planning a wedding in the Maldives. There's no such thing as bad blood. Every human brings their own flavour to the table. We should learn to appreciate it. The humans are us, and we're the humans. Nothing but vanity to imagine we're somehow better, stronger, crueler, or smarter than they are. We may live longer, hunt for blood, but in the end, we're all just assholes trying to survive through another night. I see every human essentially as a proto-vampire. They just need a little push, and they become us. No, it feels kind of gross, but this is how our biology works. We're an organism that subsists on eating its larvae, allowing the strongest and most viable individuals to develop into the adult stage of the species. Now here's the real question. Are we the final stage? Or do we develop into something more? We're predators, night animals, hunters designed to kill fast and quiet. We're cheetah, not elephants. We need our camouflage, our hiding places, lairs from which to strike. The best defense we have is to hide among humanity, like a big cat hides among tall grass. We should never forget what it was to be human. Becoming one of us is a fall from grace. Our only hope of salvation is to return to humanity. We're not more than human, we're less. We should always strive to return to what we were. I don't care about humanity. A lot of us do. But in truth, they're just a distraction from the real shape of the world. Sure, humanity generates a lot of noise, but in the end, it's as meaningful as the crackle on an empty radio wavelength. Humanity's loss. That's a lesson we all learn eventually. You grow attached, you fall in love, you make enemies you hate. But in the end, humanity always withers and disappears. For a lick, relying on the living is like building a sandcastle on a beach before the tide comes in. You want to gorge yourself. Feel the power of the blood in your body. Burn through everything you drink and become a superhuman monster, capable of anything. And sure, you can do that. But if you want to live longer, maybe don't. Drink sparingly. Use the blood with purpose, and you'll survive. A lot of us detest the hunger that always keeps us focused on the delicious red stuff coursing through the veins of mortals. For me, the hunger's a blessing. Its purpose is to keep us alert, on our toes, ready for anything. Because of the hunger, we're always thinking of what we need to survive. Everything beyond that is luxury. Rule number 1 of a successful life is to nest among mortals. Exist as one of them. Look like them. Behave like them. Talk like them. Don't let yourself be separated from humanity. Don't give in to the idea that we somehow live apart from human culture and civilization. Closer you are to humanity, the more successful you'll be as a hunter, and harder to detect for your enemies. Blood is the focus of your existence. Keep a stash in your fridge. Learn how to suck animals dry. I know, they taste horrible. Better than starving though, right? Make sure you always have more blood around you than you would really need. This way, you'll be able to feast. If you need to heal after a fight, and once bad times come around, you'll be able to roll with the punches. A vampire is a lonely hunter. Don't rely on others. Don't trust and don't reveal your secrets. In the end, the only person who cares about your survival is you. Make sure that nobody knows where you sleep, who your blood slaves are, and how you hunt. Not trying to survive alone is a fool's errand. A lot of us descend into pointless paranoia, fearing everyone and assuming ill intent behind friendly gestures. Learn to hunt in a pack. You'll find it's easier, safer, and if you fuck up, someone's there to save your ass. And another thing, we get lonely too. Just because you're undead doesn't mean you can't use someone to talk to. The Camarilla sucks, but they have one good idea: the Masquerade. If you think about their traditions, you'll realise most of them are geared for preserving elite power. The Masquerade is an exception. It's designed to protect all of our kind, and that's why everybody should follow it. The reality is, you might think yourself as an apex predator on a moonlit night, but at high noon, you're just another fool, getting burned to a crisp. The Camarilla likes to define what being a lick is all about. They want to tell you about Cain, the traditions, the prince, and all that bullshit. If you're not careful, you'll start believing them. You'll think their way is the only way for our kind to exist. But it ain't. There's a simple remedy to their lies. Eat the rich. Once you have a taste of a Camarilla vampire, there's no going back. Immortality is bullshit. It's a lie, designed to keep you docile and afraid. Sure, we can live forever, but is it worth it if it means an eternity of bowing to a prince? Live fast and hard. Make sure that when you die, you take those assholes with you. You've been brought into a world where every advantage, every scrap of power, and every drop of blood is already in the hands of hoary, ancient creatures who will never, ever give it up. For humanity, there's at least the hope that old power dies. For us, that'll never happen. Instead, we must tear it from the hands of our elders, rip them apart, so they can never build their vile system again. You've been given the powers of the blood and a deathless existence. Time you put all that into a good use. Fight for a better world. Any asshole can fight for themselves, but if you want real immortality, fight to change the world. Fight for something bigger than yourself. Only before you do that, ask yourself this question: a better world for who? The Camarilla is a massive edifice, built to preserve the power of ancient monsters who were embraced in centuries past. They protect themselves as the most powerful, the wisest, the best, deserving of all of our kind. Don't fall for their lies. They're nothing but old fools holding on to their power with every ounce of their being. Your job's to demolish the Camarilla, create space for something better to be born. Something built on principle, not just to maintain existing privilege. I didn't become undead just to get caught in someone else's wars. Camarilla, the Anarch movement, Cain, humanity. Who cares about any of that? I live for myself. It's my life. The only life I'll ever have. I will not waste it in service of a slick sleazebag with a line he wants to sell me. We're monsters. nothing good can come of us. We can't build a better world because in a better world, we don't exist. The best way a lick can improve the society around him is to commit suicide. Otherwise, we poison everything. Especially mortals who are trying to do something good. No human political movement has been improved by contact with our kind. There are so many lies. Cain, antediluvians, Golconda. All of these stories are there to keep us in our place. They need to be demolished. I believe we can find the truth of our condition. But first, we must dispel the darkness of all these medieval myths purporting to show us how to live our own lives. There is hope for us. Far from the political games of the Camarilla and the toxic games played by our elders, we can still be redeemed. Perhaps that is Golconda. Perhaps something else. There's still a chance for something better in this sordid mess.